Well, good morning, folks. Welcome back to the Oregon Echoes Dairy, as we call it. My name is Wilson, for anybody who doesn't already know that. And this morning, we are going to be baling and wrapping our first hay of the year. Yesterday I went out with the haybine and cut the rest of the field that we were chopping the other day. So right now, I'm going to throw the camera up on my head, which looks a little goofy as I have the head mount on. Throw the camera up on my head, and then we are going to grab the baler, first of all, and get the baler greased up and ready to go. Then I will have to do the same with the round bale wrapper. So, I hope you enjoy the video. So this is a old Gale TDC 1475. There we go. I had to read it off the same as you would, because I didn't quite know. Drop the pin in. Crank it down. This jack we have to lift all the way up, otherwise the foot won't fit. There we go. Jack stores right there. Alright, we are hooked on. So we're going to start with greasing here. Open up all the doors. And there are a lot of grease zerks on this baler. I mean a lot. Quite a few. Backing up to the wrapper, and unfortunately we don't have a shed that we can keep our wrapper in over the winter time, so it just has to sit outside. You gotta get this hooked on. It's very simple. Drop the pin. Two hoses that would go up to the monitor if I had that on. I'll show that in a bit. Crank out the jack, and of course, because it's been sitting out here all winter long, it's kind of throwing the plastic around everywhere. So there's a big mess of plastic. That's up. This wrapper was originally a 20-inch wrapper, but when that 20-inch stretcher unit, the gears and everything up there, now this needs a new, actually 2 new screws to hold it down, but the gear unit up there wore out and wouldn't properly stretch the plastic anymore onto the bale. So when we were going to change out the stretching unit, we just went to a 30-inch stretcher. Had to modify some stuff here, bolted on, change the height of that so that it goes straight onto the bale. But it does work better and actually seals up the hay better than the 20-inch wrap ever did. And 30-inch wrap is also a little bit more readily available nowadays than 20-inch wrap. Of course, this is just a big mess of plastic that got blown around. I should have taken the roll of wrap off before throwing it outside through the whole winter, but I never did, so here we are. And then just the hydraulic levers. Used to say what each one did, but I know what they do, so that's what matters. So this is the wrap we use. These boxes are looking a little worse for wear, but power stretch, 1.2 mil. And this stuff seems to work really nice. We had, I think, not even a single bale last winter. Well, there are 2 bales still sitting over there, but those are the only 2 from all of last year that are left. And I don't think we had any of them spoil, at least to the point where we couldn't use the bale. So it works pretty well if you have a 30-inch bale wrapper. We like that, and it works well. Just gonna close this up. We're gonna throw that on the wrapper and we'll be ready to go whenever my dad heads out with the baler. All right, Dad is heading out with the Kubota and the baler, so we're gonna follow with the 856. And the wrapper here, he's predicting it's going to be only 3 or 4 bales, but we shall see. I'm bringing a spare roll of wrap with me because I think what I have on there is going to be enough for only 1 or 2 bales. If that. Hard to remember with this being the first of the season. But the spring has just been really weird. I think only about 70 degrees outside right now. And we got a lot of rain in April, but almost nothing in May, so it's just dried way out. And stuff has kind of just stopped growing already just in mid-May. So hopefully that turns around pretty soon. There are chances for pretty good storms tonight, which is why we're getting this picked up. Otherwise we would just let it go and make it dry, but I think we have 2 rounds that I mowed earlier in the week that we're going to bale dry, and then the rest will be baled wet for me to wrap up here. Turn the monitor on. So we're gonna go up there and we're gonna wait for a bale. So this is what we're working with here. Same field that we were chopping in the other day, but I cut the rest of it down yesterday. Dad came out and raked it this morning with the Super C. So this one outside around here we're gonna bale up dry, and then these other ones in there are gonna be baled up wet. So I believe he's cranking down the pickup right now, and then we're gonna just follow him around until we have a bale. Then we'll put that on the wrapper. I should grab that, grab this roll off, so I actually can put a bale on here. And then we're gonna put the bale on the wrapper and wrap it, probably dump it right over at the end of that field there. They shouldn't be sitting there for very long, as we're probably gonna have to start using them up. Here we go with the baler. We're gonna follow along until we have a bale. Seems to be filling up pretty quick though. 2026 season right there. We're gonna pull up here and see if I remember how to wrap a hay bale. So we need to go 24 rounds. That's another advantage of having the 30-inch wrap. We don't have to do as many rounds on the bale. So before we had to do 36, but obviously you go from 20 inches to 30 inches, it moves that much more. So now we have to do only 24 rounds instead of 36. Hopefully we have enough plastic to reach 24, 23, 24. And we're almost out of plastic, so we'll do one more. I had enough plastic for one bale. So actually we will snap that shut. We'll take this to the end, dump it, and then we'll put the new roll of plastic on here. There we go, one done. So now, oh, he's got another bale sitting there already. Yeah, it's gonna be more than 3, which is good. I need to install a new roll wrap here. So I'll show you how that's done. It's pretty quick and easy with this stretcher. So first we push that locks out, that locks up. Put that up there, pull that. I like to get this through here before I release that. But then once that's there, release that so these two are tight against each other. And you pull this, shove that down in there, lock it out, and you have a new roller wrap. So you can probably tell I've done that a few times before. And it's pretty quick and easy. So now we're off to the other end of the field to grab the second bale. pick it up all the way until that's in there, then hit, if you can hit the right switch. Haven't done that in a while. You can cut it. Almost got it right. There's 2 bales, so I hit the manual to auto switch rather than the in switch to slice it. And then this is supposed to reset on its own, but it's old, so you just hit reset, you're good to go. And actually, I think I am going to go to 3rd gear now. I'm going to try to just get this one a little bit further forward on the wrapper. Alright, that looks good. We're going to start moving and wrapping. That there is exactly how it's supposed to go. So there we go. We have a good example. I dumped one properly. Question that might also be asked is how many bales can I get on one roll of wrap? And I would say, if I'm remembering correctly, probably about 15. And there we go, there's the 2nd bale properly dumped. So there's 5 bales. He may have dumped another one down there, but we're making those ones dry so we can use them up right away for heifers and cows, and probably at least bring one in the barn. So I believe I will be done wrapping at this point. So I can take this home and park it up. I should go grab my garbage first though. I'm not happy that I had to run this down, but it'll all stand up again, so. I wanted to get them there because I would usually put them along the edge of the field, but that hasn't been cut, and I don't know what's in there. I don't want any holes being poked in the bales and then causing them to spoil. So I wanted to dump them right there where I know that there's nothing that's going to poke through them. How'd your baler work?
My baler worked well.
Did you get the indication that the bales are being made a little bit looser?
Are they?
I think so. There was at least one, if you can see that there's one on its side.
Yeah.
There's at least one where it was pretty soft on one side.
Probably
and
because the hay was
other.
short and it was raked. I may not have had the windrow as wide as it should have been at points, which probably gave you rounded edges on that one. But it's primo hay, that's for sure.
Yeah, the rest of them were pretty good.
Usually first crop what we do is cut it, windrow it to a width as wide as the pickup on the baler, and then we never rake it. We just go the next day.
Because it's long and thick.
And so we are constantly feeding into a baler, a windrow, the width of the bale. It makes a very square, square-cornered round bale, extremely solid.
Very easy to wrap.
This hay was so short, it didn't make sense to go around for every round, so we raked them double.
Alright, so we have 2 dry bales that we're gonna, well, mostly dry bales that we're gonna feed up right away, and then 5 wrapped. Plus we got 3 loads of green feed off of here, so it's not too bad. It's certainly not normal for first crop though.
I believe I explained in another video, I'm not sure it made it to the YouTubes.
It's going up tomorrow morning.
The problem that we are having this year with our hay, May has been extremely dry. I'm not sure we've gotten any rain.
I don't think so.
We're 15 days into the month. And cold. I mean, except for this morning, I think we've had a frost every single morning. So the grass is as expected for being as dry. It's taller than the alfalfa, but the alfalfa has gone into almost, what's the word I'm looking for? Dormant mode, because it's cold. Alfalfa likes warm weather, so the grass is taller than the alfalfa, which is not usually the case.
No, and the grass is all headed out as well, so the grass is done.
But just bailing through the valley back there, those 4 rounds that you cut earlier in the week, I mean, it's already got 2 or 3 inches of new growth.
Yep.
So hopefully, they say severe storms tonight and rain for the next several days, rain chances. Hopefully we don't get storms that destroy anything. We've already had enough of that this year. But hopefully it will rain very nicely.
Great camping weather.
Did that ever make it to the YouTube?
No, I don't think so.
You can explain that story.
Back last month, I have a tent. I like tenting outside. And it was a severe storm weather night, and I just wanted to test and see how my tent did in severe weather. And that same night, neighbor got the roof ripped off his shed, and we got a pavilion thrown. And I think in one place I heard that it was reported 102 mile-an-hour winds, but probably around here I would guess probably about 80. Trees taken down, stuff like that, and I was out in my little tent, and my little tent was the only thing that survived, as I say it. It was pretty fun. It's pretty fun out there. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you can hear me, but my camera's battery is on red, and I don't have a second one with me, and we're done. So I'm gonna sign the video off here. I hope you enjoyed that. First crop baling and wrapping, first stuff we've done this season, and more to come on the channel soon. I enjoy having this head mount like I used in my last video as well, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.